looking so bookshelf. That way we've got enough room for everybody's large rollerboards. And once you're done with that, please step into your row to make way for folks that are still under there. If you're sitting in a bulkhead row, that means there's a wall in front of you. All items must go up for taxi, takeoff, and landing. Again, completely full flight. Just made it to Orlando, Florida. A quick little 2-hour flight. I'm here for David Moorfield's filmmaker meetup happening about 10 minutes from here at a local brewery. He's been putting one of these on, I think, every month or every other month or something like that. But I thought it'd be a good networking opportunity and to be able to get out of my shell a little bit. I'm actually fixing to meet up with David Moorfield himself. He's going to take me to the Springs. We're going to hang out a little bit and then go and have a couple brews tonight and talk film. So when someone from Florida hits you with, I know a place, just be prepared for what you might be getting into. As you can see, I'm walking barefoot out in the Florida swamps, headed through what looked like Jurassic Park to me. But honestly, it was a cool experience, so I got to this, and all of my fears of gators that I didn't know I had started to strike up. But it was actually pretty cool. It was a super fun adventure to go on, definitely out of my comfort zone as always. He took me to this really cool, like, secret spring. Water was super cold, super blue, super clear, but it was so cool. And then we hung out for probably a good 2 hours or so, just talking business, and yeah, it was a ton of fun. So if it looks like I'm walking funny, it's because I am. I didn't expect to go and visit the gators on the bayou. Thank you, David, for taking me down the swamp trail. On the way there, I decided I'm gonna be barefoot, I'm gonna join in, I'm gonna be like the Florida locals. And we walked on concrete, hot pavement, molten lava, some of you may know it as. My feet have heat blisters on the bottom of them. I'd show you, but it's gross. So I have to walk on the side of my feet, and now I'm gonna have to pretend like it doesn't hurt for the remainder of the night while I'm shaking hands, so yeah. Going to an outside venue, so hopefully that, whatever all that is, doesn't affect us.
That's gonna be a wash. That's a wash.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the pins were like white so that we can throw like a filter over the top and make that color. They're like changing color. Yeah, it's like a cosmic.
Partner to visit Florida. I've worked my ass off for that position. I believe Florida. You cut these veins, you're gonna see some fucking, Brevard County, some Florida Keys.
That was fun. I'm gonna take a shower and I'm going straight to bed. Oh, that was supposed to like. I just called the Uber. I'll be here in a few minutes. Headed back to the airport. Quick 24-hour trip. The filmmaker meetup was super cool. Very much out of my comfort zone. Not something I do. And even when I got there, I was very anxious and had a few minutes of rough trying to get in and talk to people. Not that people weren't welcoming, it was just me getting out there and talking, and made a bunch of cool new friends, and just was able to talk filmmaking and just cool stories and stuff. So waiting on the Uber, getting on the plane, headed back home, and then I have a possible new retainer client that I'm going to be meeting with today. So hopefully I can land that, and things are looking good.
To be used, but they must be placed in airplane mode. If your tablet does have a detachable keyboard, the keyboard must be detached for takeoff.
When I woke up today, I did not expect to be driving to Houston to pick up an FX6. I'm on my way now. I'm about 2.5 hours away. If it works out, it's a great deal. If not, after 4 hours, I made it to Houston and finally got my FX6. Just picked up the NTG5 and the Tamron 35 to 150 2 to 2.8. The reason I picked that up is I shoot a lot of events and stuff, and so that gives me a ton of flexibility. And with the optical image zoom from the FX6, this essentially is a 35 to 225. As long as the quality and the autofocus is good, this to me is a better option than the 70 to 200 that I was looking at. And then I picked up two 256 gigabyte V90 Lexar cards. I haven't had any problems with these. I have the 128 version. I think they're great cards. They've been running well, and just the extra space will be nice for me. So by the end of the weekend, I'll have the Tilta battery eliminator thing, so I could mount my V mount. I'm gonna have the Tilta cage that just wraps around here. I didn't want to do like any kind of underplating or anything. The only thing I might put underneath the camera is a Manfrotto plate, but that is still yet to be determined right now. So here I am using the new Tamron lens, but I am rigging up my A7S III. This is just a couple days after I got the FX6. S had called me and asked me to come help him shoot some B-roll of this hardball game that he got hired to basically make a promo for. So he's setting up the interviews. I'm going to be out on the field gathering a lot of the clips of the kids running around and playing. I'm just a lot more comfortable on the A7S III, and only having a couple days experience with the FX6, I didn't want to get out there and being the only camera for a while, do something to mess up the footage that came through. So I basically decided I'm just going to play with the A7S III for now. Here we're just kind of testing out the interview setup. He's setting up two FX3s again. He's got his boom pole with the NTG5 mounted at top, and I'm placing my hand there so that he could see how much frame he has to drop it if he needed to, and then just going over what it looks like, critiquing it, everything. But honestly, it came out really good.
It's good. Audio's good?
Yep, thank you.
It's also incredibly hot, so humid out. He is drenched, I'm drenched. It is so hot in Texas right now.
Hang out in the bathroom.
This is the start of the game, just capturing some footage of the coach talking to all the kids. Basically, it's like 3 different teams of 4 kids, and they rotate throughout the field. So, you know, one's at bat, one's infield, one's outfield, and then they just keep rotating through. So it's actually a lot of fun. Here I put my Crocs in sport mode, and I'm zooming with the kids. Made for a really dope shot, to be honest. This shot was also really cool. Just centering his foot close to the middle, and then watching this kid come run through the bag was actually pretty sick. So just looking for a bunch of shots like that. We had a few hours out here, so I was able to play around and just gather a whole bunch of footage. Now I switched over to the FX6. S was out on the field, and he has this Sirui full frame anamorphic lens, so I threw that on there and accidentally baked in the LUT, but it was some dope footage. Like, that was a fun thing to shoot. And that's a wrap. So my new battery came in, so now I have 2 of these, 2 of the small rig 99s. My baby is calling for me. These are good because you can charge them USB-C. You don't have to fiddle with the D-taps. So way easier to keep these things charged up.